Like I said, I'm Dale Earnhardt Sr. up in this mug. It's last corner, I'm going full throttle.
How's it going today, everybody? Cyraxx is definitely going full steam ahead, but just like he normally does, it's straight into a wall, and this time, it's about as figuratively as it is literally. About every single day of this week, and really the last month or so, Cyraxx has had some new drama going on, whether there's some drones flying over his house, or he's getting exposed again for being the person that we all know he is, or he's been discovered wearing his grandma's underwear for once. Got caught for stealing Ed's brandy. It's been a real mess. But one thing that has been incredibly entertaining is the fact that Cyraxx now believes that his former stepfather, Gordon, is now back. And we all know that Gordon passed away. But like a phoenix, Gordon has risen from the ashes and he's here to take on Cyraxx once more. And this has put more fear in Cyraxx's heart than just about anything we've ever seen. Rax remembers the childhood when there was only one person who ever tried to give him a chance, show him how to be a true man, and the thought of him returning, coming back into his life and giving him what he truly needs, a hard lesson on real life, absolutely terrifies Cyraxx. And this has caused a lot of stress in Cyraxx's house. Sally has woken up just about every single night, no dentures in, no nothing, coming up to scream at Rax, going in to yell at Ed because why would you expose all of this about that good boy Cyraxx? And we all know that Cyraxx is probably screaming at Ed a little bit too. The revelations have been really disturbing here recently, but finally, we have someone besides John, William, and Southern. They're doing amazing work right now. And truly, it's just a beautiful time in the Raxverse. Something that was so stale for about almost a year, really, but now we're back in full throttle. But unlike Cyraxx, we're not slamming into a wall. We're gonna hit that corner. We're gonna have the red streaks going like in Mario Kart, and we're about to hit a double dash here soon. Raxoween is in full gear, and everyone's super hyped about it except for Cyraxx. So let's go ahead and jump into the video with Cyraxx begging his father, or I guess his former stepdad Gordon, to not take him to court.
What you three don't realize is I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to devise a plan to spread more lies and rumors by getting my former dad on panel. But do you really think I give a No, I don't. I really don't care because I'm not going to get up on panel and fight with a old man. Like, why would I want to fight with my former old man? Because like I said, that man, ever since he married Jenny, who, by the way, our entire family wants nothing to do with, even his own mom, my grandma, Marie, wants nothing to do with him. I mean, it's funny. I'm out here minding my own business, not bothering anybody, and you guys really think that you're going to draw me onto your channel by having my former dad, who is to me, on your channel? My father figure that raised me when he wasn't around lives down in Florida. That's where he lives at. Oh, and Gordon, just on a side note here, you can try to take me to court all you want, but I will expose the out of you for you aligning yourself with the troll community. I mean, unless you want to be considered a traitor by your former military members and everybody else in the United States military. So if I was you, I'd shut the up and I wouldn't do that goddamn interview, bro. Because if you don't, all of this shit you guys are doing in the long run, when this shit goes to court, every single one of you is going to end up getting arrested and going to prison. Flat out. And like I said, that's not me saying this shit. That's literally how the court system is going to see it. That's how the judge and the jury is going to see it. They will have you arrested. They will have you locked up. Literally, all I'm doing is working on gameplay videos, watching TV, and hanging out with my friends and working on artwork. That's literally all I do all day. So if you have a issue with me minding my own business and not bothering anybody, then that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. I know the president of your biker club, dude. I've actually had a couple conversations with a couple people that know about your club. I know who your president is, and I am going to be getting in contact with him. I'm also going to be getting in contact with everybody around you if you go up on that panel. So if I was you, I wouldn't do it. I would honestly just keep doing like you were doing and leave me the alone. I got too much other shit in my life going on that I'm working on to be worried about a 70-year-old who's basically turning his back on the United States military and his own country. That if you show up on my property, police will be called on you and you will be removed.
When Cyraxx first discovered that Gordon was talking to the trolls and that he was now an enemy in Cyraxx's eyes too, he thought he was gonna talk so much trash to him. He was telling him, hey, come on down here, buddy boy. Come on down here, buddy boy. Come get in the boxing ring with me. We'll make a commission and we'll finally make money. Well, Cyraxx thought he would finally make some money, and he was super down for it too, because in his mind, there was no way possible that Gordon was ever going to show up there. He was certain about it until Gordon actually showed up at his doorstep and was like, hey, I'm here now. Are you going to fulfill your promises? And Cyraxx did what Cyraxx always does. He hid in his room, he jumped into the attic and slammed the closet door shut, grabbed the closest phone like it was a horror movie, and I guess for him it was the closest thing to a horror movie he's ever experienced, called Sally and Ed and said, please, Mom, Dad, you've got to get home right now. If you don't, I don't know what could happen here. My former stepdad, yeah, the one that left you, Sally, he's here, and I invited him to a boxing match, and I just don't want to see what's going to happen. Please get home. And they had to rush home and protect poor Cyraxx. And after that happened, Gordon was like, okay, I fully understand what this man is. He's not a man. He's not a man at all. I tried to raise him, I gave him 9 good years of my life, but apparently that wasn't enough. So I've got to hit him where it really hurts, and that's in the wallet. And it would basically be Sally's wallet. They were going to take him to court, but unfortunately Gordon got bored and could no longer go through with it. He was having some complications of his own, and that's even more messed up on Cyraxx's part, that he was going to invite this man who was having extreme complications to have a boxing match. And then how much of a coward do you have to be when he finally shows up? You just hide in the attic. You are, at the time, he was a 32-year-old man. He might have been 33, but didn't have enough gumption, had too much fear running through his heart, and had to run and hide in his closet, hid under all of Sally's underwear that he threw in there for safekeeping, while his Michael Myers came and stalked. But unfortunately, he didn't go in the house. Unfortunately, he didn't go to the closet, and we didn't get that great scene. But what we did get was a bunch of rage afterwards. And when it comes to Jenny, the United States military, a biker gang, and your former father figure, none of those people will ever take your side on this, including the APD, who you threaten each and every day, who you're going to later talk trash about, claim that you're suing them. I'm sure they're going to take your side on this, Cyraxx, but for one, Jenny is certainly not. She never cared about you in the first place. Well, she tried to care about you, and what'd you do? You flooded their bathroom, you refused to clean it up, and then when she threw you outside because you were trying to attack her, you were threatening to do something to her door that is just unspeakable, leading to Gordon having to come up there, take his time off work, and throw you out of his house, telling you that you're gonna have to find your own way back to Ohio. And how'd you get back there? Well, your former father figure, and if you guys were a little bit confused when he said that, I was too. We talked about this on live stream. You can catch me on live stream every now and then, and I was like, yeah, of course, Gordon lives in Florida, but what is he talking about right now? I know he's talking trash to Gordon, but I'm so confused. And chat filled me in on something that I was completely unaware of. Now the Florida father figure is no longer Gordon. It's the teacher who drove Rax up to meet Sally. I'm not sure where they met, so that Chance was no longer stranded up there, and I'm sure that guy wants his name attached to yours. Gordon despised you so much, he told you that you can no longer use his last name, and what did you proceed to do even though you hate him now? Well, you continue to use his last name and disparage it every single day. And what do you think that teacher thinks of you anymore? If you was to contact him right now and people showed him what you've been up to, he would be absolutely disgusted, and he'd probably do the same thing Gordon did.
Outside of gaming, I am going to be doing some vlogs to show my day-to-day life because I want to show more of a real human side to myself besides just gaming. Like, I want to show people that, you know, I want to show people my real life outside of everything. Because there's been a lot going on, and I want you guys that support me to be aware of this. Outside of that, I wanted you guys to be able to see what I do on a daily basis outside of, gaming and stuff like that. Like, I wanted you guys to be able to see what I do with my artwork, how I take photos of myself and create artwork out of it, and all this other, like, just really cool stuff that I do. So yeah, y'all should be taking your trade and going after real bad guys like EDP. Or better yet, how about y'all go after the former lead vocalist of Blood on the Dance Floor? Go after him. Because that motherfucker sits there and he legitimately targets and manipulates and goes after. No joke. Like, instead of worrying about motherfuckers like me that are minding our own goddamn business, not bothering nobody, y'all really should be going after guys like him. Y'all could be doing so much good in this motherfucking world, but yeah, you sit here and you waste your time on people like me that ain't doing nothing to nobody. You sit here, you plot and you plan and you carve out these grand schemes that never work in your favor. You sit there and you carve out these grandiose schemes thinking that it's going to work. And 9 times out of 10, it never does. At least not in the way y'all want. Y'all have sat here and called me many times, but yet every time I tell you to show me the proof that I'm talking to, not once have you ever showed it. Not once. You guys have not shown any legitimate screenshots. And what I mean by legitimate screenshots is y'all motherfuckers haven't showed anything that's real. Y'all showed fake shit. Y'all showed Photoshop shit. Cause I am way too old for this shit. I ain't got time for this shit. I'm 35 years old, motherfucker. I ain't got time for this shit.
Cyraxx, I promise you, nobody wants to see the photos that you take of yourself and then start doing more artwork on top of them. This would be like some Silence of the Lambs stuff. It would be, come here, Ed, put the lotion on the skin, or else you get to meet Cyraxx's little friend again. Or maybe you could show off all those cool wrestling moves that you and Security Jake used to do. And maybe, just to top it all off, you could finally recreate the darkness. You could show us the behind the scenes of that, and if that isn't good enough for the people, which it definitely won't be, you could show us the true Cyraxx, the Rage Rax that we all know. You can sit there and scream into your camera until your lungs are about to give out, until you slowly drift off to sleep, or you can get the alternative ending when you accidentally hear a thunderstorm coming and Sally has to run up there, charge with all of her might, and clean up the mess you left for her. And we all know if you actually did a vlog, you would expose yourself so bad. We'd probably get so many hot mics of Sally and Ed talking trash about you, and if that wasn't happening, you would be concocting your grand plans like, yes, I have finally figured it out. This is what I'm gonna do to make them leave me alone. This time around, I'm gonna blame EDP and some rock star who is a complete scumbag, so that way they can see that there's other bad people around here. But guess what? Those guys get exposed all the time. And just like you, not much has came of it, so it's gonna continue to happen. When that is allowed, bad behavior continues, which is why you're not afraid of the APD. You truly think you could do whatever you want, so you're going to continue to get caught up and exposed, and there's going to be people like me, people like William, people like Southern, people like John, who are going to call it out each and every time, whether they're making a video of it or they're pulling you on live stream to have a conversation about it.
Because y'all ain't doing nothing. You guys only act like you're doing something because you want to put on a fake ass alpha male persona. But you ain't alpha males. You want the real alpha males? The real alpha males are the motherfuckers like me. That we may get our ass kicked, but we still come back hard swinging. We still get back up, and we don't stop. We keep moving forward. We don't bow down. We don't break. We ask for help when we need it. We reach out for help when we need it. Because a real man, a real alpha male, doesn't back down for shit. A real alpha male stands up for what he believes in. A real man ain't afraid to admit when he gets his ass kicked. A real man ain't afraid to admit when he's f***ed up and tries to do better, despite what other people say about him. I ain't gonna acknowledge you. I ain't gonna converse with you. I ain't even gonna act like you exist, because to me, in my world from here on out, you don't exist. Trolls do not exist in my world. Trolls do not exist in my camp. I'm retired from dance, so you can count dancing out. I'm done. I've retired from that. 100% I'm retired. Because I'm at that age where my body can't handle it. Because I've already got a plan already set out. I already started working on a plan today. And yesterday I wrote out a plan. And from today on out, I'm executing that plan little by little, step by step, every motherfucking day. Until I make sure that plan is executed to the fullest extent. To where there is no stone left unturned. There is no corner left unchecked. There is no room left cleared. I will clear every room, every corner, turn over every stone. I will make sure I do what I gotta do in order to make sure that my future is secure from here on out.
I'm so sure that every time you see those alpha male videos pop up on your short feed or whatever video you're watching where someone's trying to prove to you that you're super tough, I guarantee you they're talking about Cyraxx for sure. Wes Watson and all of his supreme glory, he's definitely talking about you. In fact, he wants to live the Cyraxx life. He wants to sit there all day in his chair talking trash to people that he doesn't know. And that's literally the Wes Watson life anymore. And trying to prove to them that they are the toughest, they are the baddest people in the world. Cyraxx, you would end up looking like Wes when he was trying to intimidate that one guy on stage, and the guy's like, dude, I'm not afraid of you at all. In fact, I really don't care if you attack me at the moment, because even if it doesn't go my way, I'll just sue you and you will have nothing left. And Wes was so bewildered, he's like, oh crap, that guy's kind of right now. That would be you. But I do believe Cyraxx, and one thing he said during that he's going to come back hard. It happened to Marty. If you know, you know. And the same thing happened to Billy. You will do that each and every time. And also, he will not leave any stones unturned. He's got to pick them up, chew on them just a little bit to see if they're his favorite texture, and then go run to Sally. Hey mom, you know, I found a new recipe. You know, I think we can put this rock in the hot pocket. She's like, Cyraxx, are you eating rocks? No, I was just kidding. I don't munch on rocks. Because, bro, you're just not an alpha. There's nothing alpha male about you. And that's a wore out, tired term. No one should be using it in general, but you are definitely not the definition of it. Could you imagine if, like, the alpha or the wolves were just sitting back screaming at the other wolves like, Hey, I'm not an apex predator, and just to prove it that everyone is lying, I'm gonna expose each and every one of you that I am not a predator, but I'm super great at hunting. Just look, I can see both sides of the wood at the same time, and my skills with the katana are legendary, and I also lack shoulders, but that doesn't mean anything.
I've already sat down and emailed about, 12, 14 different lawyers, and guess what? Every single one of them are interested in my case, and I do mean every single one of them are interested in my case. Matter of fact, I'll go down there to the detective station or police station or wherever it is they do the computer thing. I will gladly show them every deleted message every archived message. I'll show them everything because, unlike you guys, I have nothing to hide. Hell, I'll sit right here in my own home and I'll sit right here in front of them and show them everything. I'll sit right there in front of the cops themselves and show them everything because, unlike you guys, I have nothing to hide. But you guys, on the other hand, there's a lot of Discord messages and a lot of Facebook messages that are going to be getting revealed. And knowing them, a nationwide FBI case will probably end up opening up on you guys. And once the feds get involved, you don't think they're not going to seize all your electronics? I don't know what your obsession is with making your victims homeless, but it needs to stop. Like, what's so funny about making your victims homeless? Like, what do you achieve by doing that? Like, I don't understand the point of it. I don't get it. I don't comprehend it. Like, I don't understand why y'all feel like you have to make your victims homeless or you have to put them in jail. Y'all need to stop this shit. Okay? I'm trying to move on and do better with my life. Okay? I'm not out here trying to be like, oh, well, I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing and I'm going to continue to make mistakes. No, that's not me. Over the last several years, grow the fuck up and get a goddamn hobby. I don't know why y'all feel like you have to try to make me homeless or try to throw me in jail. Well, newsflash, y'all need to wake up, okay? I'm not going to jail, ever. That's not even in the cards. It's not ever going to happen. So get the fuck over that. And second off, I don't know where the fuck y'all think you have the right to try to make me homeless, but it ain't gonna happen. Because I'm seriously getting fed up with this shit of, oh, here's gonna be homeless. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm gonna do everything in my goddamn mother power. What? You're not here. You don't sleep in the same bed as me. You're not in the same house as me. So what right do you think that you have judging me, motherfuckers? Yeah, it's funny. Y'all think that you know what I do behind the scenes, but you don't know jack shit, motherfuckers. Which is why I am a god on the internet. I am your god. I cannot be touched. I cannot be arrested. I am immune to being arrested, motherfucker. Why do you think the Akron PD doesn't want to touch me? Because they know I have a fucking lawsuit against them. They know this. They are aware of this. That's why they will not touch me. Because they know if they touch me, I can go back and do a lawsuit against every single one of the people on the force, which is going to be worth millions in my pocket. So I highly suggest, if you don't want to face the same fate as them, I suggest y'all f*** off, you move the f*** on, and you go do something else with your f***ing lives. Gonna be homeless in my ass. Right. Like I'm gonna be f***ing homeless.
Cyraxx, you have stated so many times that you have contacted the APD, you have contacted the FBI in your area, and they refuse to do absolutely anything. So what's the chances that they're going to care at this point? And if they actually did, and they came to you and was like, listen, we're going to have to seize your devices for the moment, and we're going to see if this is true. I honestly believe Cyraxx might do it because we know how bad his memory is, but they wouldn't even have to go a week before like, oh, that's an unsolicited message right there. That lady didn't want that. Why does he keep sending it to them? And you really wouldn't have to worry about being homeless. You'd have 3 meals a day, you'd have a place to sleep, and you'd have a nice roommate who would tuck you in, lay close to you, and maybe, you know, when you go into the showers, he'd use you as a loofah. But, you know, that's just guessing right there. And nobody's gonna be making you homeless. That's gonna be because of your own actions. That's the reason. You know, when Sally was screaming, Chance, it's time to come here, come get your hot Hot Pocket, or she was probably screaming at you because you're cursing all night long. That's going to be the reason you're possibly homeless. And when you are, you used to have a shot with Dell Lynn. She was going to give you a house to come to after it was all said and done in that house. But now you've lost her as well, so you've got no other options. And when it comes down to it, Ed doesn't like you, your former stepdad doesn't like you, and your father figure in Florida, he isn't going to let you in there either. You're going to be walking down the streets, pulling a Papa True, screaming, "I am a god. You guys can't touch me. I'm untouchable." And just to say this, most people who think they're untouchable and think they can't get arrested really fast. When you're in the Walmart or you're in the grocery store trying to rob some Hot Pockets off of somebody, you're going to go to jail for sure if it doesn't happen sooner than that. And there is no God. When their mom, or I guess grandma, screams for them, they instantly hop up and in fear because they're in trouble for screaming too much that night. If that's a God, I don't want to see the other ones. But I guess that's enough for me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, follow all the socials down below, comment as well, use the new hype feature, and I'll catch you guys next time.